Hey everyone, PUPSKER Gacha here, and it's being reported that Wuthering Waves is already out-earning Genshin Impact in just a couple months, essentially. So let's take a look at Wuthering Waves set to surpass Genshin Impact's revenue just 2 months after launch. It's not like a full, 30 days, 2 months. It's just month 2. That's what it means, right? Revenue estimates indicate that Genshin Impact might soon be overtaken by Wuthering Waves in monthly revenue as Kuro Games' Gacha-style RPG gains increasing popularity. Wuthering Waves already just releasing more popular than the other, I'd say, major title in the Gacha game open world RPG genre. There's a lot of them at this point, let's be honest here, right? I was gonna say Tower of Fantasy exists, but Tower of Fantasy doesn't really matter at all. A lot of other Gacha games out there are killing it. Hoyoverse is obviously still killing it because they have Genshin Impact, and they have Honkai Star Rail, and they have, at a lower rate, Honkai Impact 3D third. Yeah, Honkai Impact third. So they are obviously fine, okay? Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, it'll be a fight that people always go on about, but Genshin Impact will be doing fine for a while, okay? Wuthering Waves is killing it right now for Kuro Games' release, so hey, we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But hey, everyone's fighting. Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves people, even though half the time it's the same people playing the games, they're just bored of one or the other. Yeah, everyone's fighting. It's beautiful. The rivalry between the two games began with the announcement of Wuthering Waves, which many initially dismissed as a mere imitation of Genshin Impact. Oh, I have Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone Zero's coming out too. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh, everything insane. Initially dismissed as imitation Genshin, however, Wuthering Waves is killing it. Topping the download charts in top 100 countries everywhere. It's becoming one of the most watched games on Twitch. That's where we are, twitch.tv/PUPSKER. All while Genshin Impact grappled to retain its player base. Okay, it's not actually that bad. Obviously, Gamerant is being a little, little flamey about that. Genshin's doing fine. The popularity, I think, has probably gone down since release, but not enough for it to really matter. The game's still killing it, and Honkai, and oh god, yeah, so, same points. Wuthering Waves' key difference from Genshin Impact is quality of life. Makes direct gameplay comparisons difficult. However, since both games rely on gacha-oriented microtransaction system, a financial comparison would be reasonable. The economic battle between the two games has become particularly interesting, with many suggesting that dissatisfied Genshin Impact players are migrating to Wuthering Waves. This claim could now be supported by Wuthering Waves' impressive monthly revenue figures. True. So, have you quit Genshin Impact fully? Have you moved over to Wuthering Waves? Or are you just playing Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact, a little more here, a little more there, whichever you feel like playing at the time? I'm just kind of curious. I stopped playing Genshin more so, I'd say a year ago or two, because, I just got more bored and everything. I caught up at a certain point, but played a lot of Honkai Star Rail, but I kind of stopped playing on Hua, like the October Halloween release type of vibe, and then I haven't really picked it up a lot since, so I'm far behind on those. And now I'm like caught up in Wuthering Waves, but who knows how long that's gonna last. I still have like my main channel, right? Everything like that. But hey, at least Honkai Star Rail's going really well, right? You got Penacony, is that Honkai Star Rail? Anyways, let's continue on. According to the latest data from Statista, Wuthering Waves has generated nearly 40 million within 1 month of its global launch. I think that was mobile only, but I can't quite remember, because the other one that said total revenue was looking maybe at 110 mil, so it's interesting. This is notable given that Genshin Impact earned around 41 million in March, bringing the figures of these two rivals very close. With Wuthering Waves' rapid growth, Kuro Games' response to Genshin is likely surpass it in monthly revenue and potentially become the leading gacha RPG. That is, while Wuthering Waves' biggest opportunity for growth is still shelved, with the game currently only available on Android, iOS, and PC, and not being available on console. The future of Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact's rivalry. Look at all these beautiful pictures. Shixia, Jian. Oh my god. Yeah, the Genshin. Genshin got Chlorine. Yeah, okay. Baiju. So, Genshin Impact versus Wuthering Waves has sparked intense online debate, but it promises one clear outcome: an influx of double and triple A Chinese games, as both Kuro Games and MiHoYo HoYoverse are Chinese developers. Their success is expected to boost interest in video game development within the country, attracting more investors to gacha and microtransaction heavy games. Okay? To highlight the significance of the gacha element in these games' success, Wuthering Waves earned $3.82 million on the day it released to the highly anticipated Resonator Yinlin. Given that the game has generated $1.39 million in revenue the previous day, this represents a 174% increase daily revenue because of new banner. Looking ahead, upcoming fan favorites for Chongli and Jinshi are expected to further drive revenue spikes. Yes. Expectations for Wuthering Waves are high. Meanwhile, Genshin Impact is anticipated to deliver a stronger response to a top competitor before it's too late. Ooh. Let's see what people are saying down here. Will Wuthering Waves dethrone Genshin Impact? Maybe. I'm playing both games and I like both. I'm still playing Genshin Impact as my main game because I play it on PS5 with controller. Been waiting for Game to support Android controllers. Okay, they like both. About the Android support when the next month launch. Yeah, they're still getting there. Why in the world does the article say 2 months when it's been a month release? That's just like monthly financials, right? Yeah. If you compare Genshin's first launch in 2020 and WoW's first launch in 2024, Genshin was the clear winner. Not taking into account the fact that Genshin was released during COVID when everyone was locked up in home with nothing to do. Yeah, there's a lot of factors. Only like the first half year will truly tell if they can keep up the hype, right? I love this. March revenue. Wasn't that the lowest revenue patch in Genshin, LeMayo? I mean, doesn't that kind of mean that like Genshin's falling off? Doesn't that kind of prove the point more? Showing that it's the lowest revenue patch in Genshin? But yeah, I agree, it's less impressive for sure. Sounds like hard cope. Mr. Journalist, Sensor Tower Revenues already says Chlorine Banner's high sales in Yinlin, so maybe cope a bit harder. It's so fun watching people fight. Clearly a biased article. Community nowadays just know how to throw smokescreen to get attention, neglecting actual facts. Oh please, accept the fact that Kuro Games still have many problems need to overcome. Ironic for you to call bias. I love it. Everyone just fight. Okay, don't think so. Some players saying GI because they are landscape story. Wuthering Waves, however, just too dull and too much similar to Genshin Impact. In the year of 2024, people do not need another Genshin Impact. But if Wuthering Waves makes a distinct external, I mean, clearly it's doing fucking fine, guys. Whether Wuthering Waves is beating Genshin or not, it's fucking clearly doing fine. People clearly wanted another Genshin Impact style game. The fuck you on about? There's a ton of people playing it, and there's a ton of people making money. So, I mean, facts show people wanted another Genshin Impact like. The same with Warframe, right? People want another Warframe like with the first Ascended. Whether it becomes a more popular game than the first doesn't actually matter for anyone other than to stroke their own egos, to be honest, and like fandoms to fight. It doesn't matter. The game could be half as popular as Genshin Impact, and that still makes so much goddamn money, more money than you will ever see in your life, times 1,000, right? Like, that's the thing. It doesn't even need to beat Genshin Impact. That's just a thing that players want and people want so that they can stroke their own ego about, I play the popular game now. It doesn't even matter. As long as the game has players, as long as the game's making a fuck ton of money, I think the game devs and the game publisher is A-okay with that. They don't give a shit. And guess what? We're going to keep pulling for Shangli and Shinji when she comes out. So, yeah. Let's keep watching people fight. Bunch of nonsense, people. What are we just get free 5-star? It's crazy to me that these kids think they know what they're saying, not knowing the fact is it's not generous, but rather damage control. HSR give more reward, but more new character. Yeah, it's just this is so goofy. It's just people fighting and yelling at each other over and over and over and over. It's insane. But as of right now, looks like Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact are both kind of killing it in their own respective ways, right? Like Wuthering Waves is absolutely killing it everywhere. Nice. Yinlin by this person, the weeb. Good shit. And Genshin Impact, while it had like their bad patches, they're going into their better updates. So a lot of people will start pulling for Genshin Impact. It's only a matter of time. Wuthering Waves, we have the 1.1 banner, which means Shangli and Jinshi, and a lot of people are going to pull for that. And then what? Genshin Impact, they have Chlorind into some more stuff. I'm not keeping up with Genshin Impact, so feel free to actually know, if you know anything about Genshin, which patches and pulls they're going into. But hey, oh, Edmonton Oilers defeat the Florida Panthers 5-1 to force a winner-takes-all game into 7. Good for them. Good for them. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. But hey, everything's getting patched. Everything's getting fixed up slowly. We're getting there. We're getting there. And it looks like not a lot of people are caring too much, but let's see. Summary and analysis of June revenue predictions. Is that kind of what we expect? Yeah. Honkai Star Rail doing well. Genshin, Wuthering Waves, right? It's like popped up a lot here, then went down, and then it'll pop back up when it becomes, let's see, 50. Oh my god, wait, that's going up? Okay, so down is more. Okay, so it's a how much revenue they're gaining, I think, graph. But it's... Okay, okay. Either way, it looks like they're all doing really good. These graphs mean nothing to me. They're crazy. These are dates, and this is, I'm assuming, revenue? So what, like, June 19th, 20th, no one bought anything in Honkai? Is that what we're looking at? Interesting. 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 Okay, with the above info, I think Genshin Impact will probably have slightly higher revenue than Honkai Star Rail. Meanwhile, Wuthering Waves will rank 3rd. Yeah, probably. We're getting pre-game analysis now. I love it. I fucking love it. You'd be surprised to know how many members of Sub are self-proclaimed market analysts, myself included, of course. Time to full Gacha income analysis into economics classes. Okay. Pretty good. Gacha theory crafting, baby. Shit's so funny. Nice. Wait, Russia's one of the biggest revenue bringers? That's something unexpected. Wait, really? Where's Ruski? Where? Okay, is that the Russian flag? Yeah, okay. They're orange? Huh. Yeah, they are one of the bigger ones. Jesus. I never would have... What? Or is it just one of the bigger ones that they're tracking right now? It might just be it's one of the ones they're tracking. Not really if you ever play in Genshin EU. Oh, okay, maybe huge. I have a hot take this. If Chef Roos was on the Chlorind banner, the banner would have been much more profitable. I think it's be Honkai, Genshin, Wua. Honkai is going to reach 1 to 120 mil. Wua with 50 to 70 mil. Genshin with 80 to 100 mil. Honestly, that would make sense, but could you imagine if a lot of people are saving up for Wua for like Jinshi and Shangli? And since it comes out on the 28th, which I think is like the last couple of days in the month, I think it goes up to the 30th for now. So if that is a big patch at end of month, 3 days in, yeah, it could be a goddamn shit ton of revenue if you think about it. So, hey, I'm just saying. Looks like everyone's doing the math here. Ooh. The reason why so many people are obsessed with Gacha revenue is for some reason they associate with the game dying or not. We can't make that assumption because we're not an company until we see the obvious signs that a Gacha is really struggling. No better. Heck, some Gachas are fine with making just under 100K because the Gacha may not be that demanding to develop. Either way, the YouTube community are gearing up to rage bait, so at least it's entertaining. Fuck yeah, it is. You get it, boy? Because none of this fucking matters because the companies are making hand over fist money anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It's like people caring about whether Apple sells more phones or Samsung. They're both $1 million companies. Exactly. Yep. No, they get it. It's just for fun shit posting and for people to like take their fandoms, right? No way Wu is 1 or 2. They did so bad in China relative to the big dogs. Oh, rip. Copa's at Yinlin, 1 in Japan, but people only bring up iOS number when everyone knows that nobody tops up Genshin on iOS in Japan for obvious reasons. Ooh. Yep. So, what are we thinking, everybody? Are we screwed? Or Wuthering Waves making more money than Genshin Impact already? Whew! That's the question. Are they making hand over fist more money than Hoyoverse through Genshin or not? Probably not. But If it turns out that they did make way more money than Genshin and or Honkai Star Rail, that would be funny as hell. Either way, Wuthering Waves is doing fine. You'll have to actually see how it's doing in like half a year when all of the hype calms down and it goes on their more regular release cycle. Can't talk, but like goddamn, the game's doing fine. It's made tens of, if not 100 mil almost, if not already, right? Like that $100 million is so much money, and it does not take $100 million to develop this type of gacha game to this extent, right? Of course, if they keep developing, it'll cost $100 million, but they've made their money, okay? They've made their goddamn money back, and it's already reported that they've been killing it. So I don't think there's any issues or worries with Kuro Games, unless you're just kind of like, I don't know, doom posting. So either way, let me know what you think. Let me know who you think's going to be winning, losing the gacha game revenue report war. Genshin, Honkai, or Wuthering Waves. It's probably still going to be Genshin. They just had slow months with a lot of weak character banners, and it's bound to happen. But Wuthering Waves is also going to have, from Yinlin, they'll go into Changli and Jinxi, so, or Jinxi into Changli. So a lot of big banners coming up. Let me know. Sub, like, favorite, check out all the socials, and if you want, you can use Epic Games creator code PUPSKER if you ever buy anything on the Epic Games Store, such as Wuthering Waves stuff. So, yeah, thank you.